Hey y'all, it's Mickey Smith, aka the Internet Auntie, and today we're talking about fashion rules. Yes, there are rules to this thing. And you know what? Some of them are goofy, some are outdated, some are stupid, some are boring, and some of them are good stuff. So I'm going to talk to you about the ones that I follow and the ones that I don't. Before we get to that, I was supposed to put this video up last Thursday. It is now Saturday afternoon, and a level of shame has come over me. And let me tell you why. I was watching my favorite content creator at It's Carolyn Gray, and she was doing questions from her followers. And somebody asked her, what does it take to become a successful content creator? And she said what everybody else and their mama says, consistency. And when you say to your followers or subscribers that you're going to do something, you follow through. So my channel says I'm posting new videos weekly. And I also have it posted that I plan on posting long form videos every Thursday. And I didn't post. Shame on me. I need to make my commitment. So thank you for watching. Let's get to it. This is episode 3. This is the Mickey Smith lifestyle, where style is simple, confidence is effortless, and stress is not on the agenda. Welcome aboard. Okay, now let's get into these style rules. All right, these are Auntie's rules. I'm going to tell you all the ones that I think are good and solid, and I'm going to keep it real with you because I am not the best dressed. I am not the best at this, but you know what? I've got more common sense than the average bear, so let's dive right in. All right, first one, fit over everything. So all the good fashionistas will tell you you need to have a tailor on deck, right? Because when you have these big box stores or you have vintage, wherever you get your clothing, they don't necessarily make them for your body, right? They make them very generically, and then that's where the tailor comes in. Now, here's the rub, truth be told. I don't have that type of lifestyle. I don't have a tailor. I don't have somewhere where I go and I get alterations done. I'm not going anywhere that would make me want to spend money on clothes and then additional funds on tailors. But if your finances are set up that way and your lifestyle set up that way, that's what I think you should be doing. So let me tell you what I do with my cheap behind. I do all the hacks, all the tips and tricks that you can do. There's nothing that some tape, right? The hem tape, the boob tape, a safety pin can't do for you. There are buttons that can be sold to you that are like pins, they pin in on both sides just like an earring. And if your waistline is too big, you just put that bad boy over and put that fake pin in it. Or you get a safety pin. Or if the waistline's too big, what I like to do is I like to just get an old string or an old belt, those fabric belts, and I just thread them through the waistline. I cinch that, and I'll show an example here, and that's how I get it to fit. Now, I am no longer in my dress for male gaze phase, so I don't wear a lot of body-fitting, body-hugging, siren sexy mama type clothing. I'm just not about that life anymore, don't need it. I've got myself a man, and he's a damn good one. So I don't need to attract that type of attention anyway. Not to mention the fact that that body that I had that was so hot, that kind of left the yard a little while ago. And now I'm just in my sexy mama, sexy grandma stage. But anywho, I digress. But you know what I'm talking about. All right, so fit. You can either go to a tailor or you can do those hacks at home. That's just going to make that outfit work for you. All right. And I know how to use a little needle and thread if I need to. All right. Next up, neutrals first, fun later. All right. This is one that I live by. I'm a minimalist. So I appreciate having neutrals in my closet, but I do love a pop of color. I will pop that color with a hat. I will pop it with shoes, with a bag, with a nice scarf, with a tie. Shoot, I even pop it with my glasses. Okay, can we get a what? These are the things that can take something that's very basic and make it your own. It personalizes the look. It makes it fun and funky. So that is a rule that I love. Neutrals all day. That's me. Now, if you're a maximalist, you can do that. You can go for broke. You can wear all the patterns, all the colors, all that. But I would argue, and you can argue back, then your closet is not as versatile. I'm just saying. And when I say, am I right or am I right? Of course I'm right. All right, next up, accessories. Accessories as a secret sauce. I talked about this in episode 2. Your accessories can take a look. Excuse me. This is what's happening as I'm sitting here in all this clothing. Let me pause for a second. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so I was talking about accessories. So these are things that once you toss them on, it can take something from boring to the most fly thing you've seen. So I'm talking about the simple stuff. Sunglasses, which I absolutely love. Those are things that can just take things up a notch. Eyeglasses, belts, bags. These are marvelous ways to just infuse your personal style into any outfit. Fashion rule: buy it only if you love it. So if there's something that you're looking for and here it is in the store, all right? You try it on, it's not what you wanted or what you expected it to look like. It's just meh. Don't buy it. Okay? If you're shopping online, it looks fantastic on that model. And when it comes and you put it on and your mouth is watering like you're about to bite into a nice juicy steak, and then you look in the mirror and it's like, what is this? You don't love it. Don't buy it. Okay? If someone gives you something and you have that same reaction, give it back. If you can't figure out a way to do that in a nice, soft way, a nice, courteous way, in a nice, thankful way, then you keep it and you regift that bad boy, or you donate it, sell it, shoot, get yourself a couple of bucks, whatever you need to do, but don't keep it around because you're not going to wear it, you're not going to love it, and when it's on you, you're not going to feel confident. Understood? Here are the style rules that I break. Those were the ones that I follow. Now let's talk about the ones that make absolutely no sense to me and they get no love in this house. Dressing for your age. What does that mean? Okay, like, who's gonna stop me, boo, from putting on what I want to put on? Why can't I wear it? What am I supposed to look like at my age? What are you supposed to look like at your age? Who defines that? Who made it up? Who made them the king or queen of us? Exactly. It holds no weight in this home. All right? So I'm going to feel what makes me feel good, what makes me feel stylish, what expresses my personal style, what looks like me. And if you don't like it, then don't look at me. That's none of my business how you feel, okay? And I will return that favor. If I see you looking in something that I don't think may be the most flattering to you, it's none of my business, as long as you feel good in it and you feel confident, all right? Next one. Flattering over everything. So a lot of what we see on social media is really people showing themselves in highly curated looks, okay? So they present themselves in certain angles. The clothes look like they fit perfectly. Now, behind the scenes, what you may see is that there's a clamp or there's a clip, there's a pin, there's tape, there's all this stuff, okay? Because they're presenting to us what they think the best look is, the most flattering look, because they're curating an image. For me, I like ease, okay? I have no problem wearing baggy clothing, comfortable clothing, clothing that it's oversized, clothing that has movement, but it doesn't necessarily accentuate some of my stronger points, right, of my body or of the clothing itself. And that's because I really like to have clothing that makes me confident and makes me feel good. And that's all I go by. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's flattering, as long as I feel good in it. There are clothes that do flatter me when I wear them, that I also feel good in and feel confident in. As long as those two things exist, everything else is fair game. And that's why I break that rule, okay? You're not gonna tell me what looks good on me. Anyway, the next rule I break is mixing black and brown. So these are colors that for some reason, some numbskull somewhere said that these two things can't go together. Meanwhile, when they are together, they look extremely classic, timeless, ageless, and I just don't understand the concept of it. So that's one of those rules that I break, and I break often, because I like that look of those colors. There's something about them that's very luxurious and effortless. And there is some idiot out here revving up some kind of vehicle. Rod, is that person outside the house? Okay, they've driven away. How obnoxious. Here's a rule that I break, and I break all the time. I rarely ever do this unless we're talking about black, and that is matching your shoes to your bag. I don't do that. For those that like to do that, good for you. It is definitely a look, but I don't like to be too matchy. It just makes me feel too finished, and not effortless, I guess. But it's one that I definitely break all the time. But I do wear a lot of black, so I do monochromatic looks all the time. I feel very comfortable in the same color from head to toe. So when I do that, I typically will have a black bag, black shoes if I'm wearing all black. But from time to time, I do, like I said before, bring in that pop of color, because it then almost brings more attention to the textures of what I'm wearing. Because when you're wearing monochromatic looks like I tend to do, texture becomes very important, because then it adds some dimension to the look. I also like layers. I'm wearing a layer right now, which made me very hot, by the way, but here's the shirt. Here's the sweater. I had it on before, now it's around the shoulder. So it's giving some interest. It's also giving some texture. It's giving this some depth, okay? So that I'm not flat in just a shirt and a pair of jeans. You get what I'm saying. All right. So those are really it. I didn't want to have a long, extensive list. And I think it's something for you to think about as well, around some of those things that you've learned along the way, like the no white shoes after Labor Day, those kind of silly things, no pastels in the winter, no white in the winter. I don't know who made all this stuff up. I'm sure at some point there was a practical reason for it. I would imagine no white after Labor Day came from the type of weather, especially here in the Northeast, in the plains, etc., where you'd get snow and slush, that you don't want to get all your white things all messed up, right? So there was a reason for it, but now times have changed, so we change with the times. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, don't wear it. Do your own thing, because that's what fashion and style is all about. It's not about what everybody else is doing. It's about what you're doing. And if I've said this once, I've said this 5,000 times. It's about what makes you feel good and what makes you feel confident. And that's all there is to it. All right, so let me know what's your favorite rule to break and in the comments. And if you wouldn't mind doing the things for me, I want you to like this, because I need some help with that algorithm. I need some help, okay? And if you don't ask for things, you don't get them. So I'm asking you to kindly give me a like, comment, share, subscribe, and tune in for the next episode next Thursday, which I absolutely will be posting on time. All right? So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. And I will see you, in the next one. Bye.